Hello, and welcome back to my YouTube channel. Today is day 7 of my Monster Girl series, a series in which I'm going to be attempting a 31-day drawing challenge, similar to Inktober, but with a few of my own personal twists. I expand more on the rules and general vibe of the challenge in my first video. You can go ahead and check that out. It is linked below. Also, do please check out the rest of the series if this is the first video that you're seeing by me. I worked really hard on these, so I'd like for people to see them. But with introductions out of the way, we can go ahead and jump to the design phase. So our prompts for day 7 are going to be Siren and Boogeyman, which honestly was kind of a hard choice because they're both vastly different and really cool, respectively. But after writing down some of my ideas for both, I just simply could not pass up doing a spooky, scary mermaid design with Siren, so that's what I ended up going with. And after taking a little swim through Pinterest, we have our inspo board. I really wanted to lean into that creepy deep sea aspect with this design, because as someone who in real life is pretty scared of the ocean, I had a lot of fear to pull from. But I really liked the sort of angler, fish, midnight zone sort of vibes that some of these pictures had, and I really wanted to pull from that. But yeah, now that I've got some of my ideas fleshed out, we can go ahead and start on the sketch. And while I do that, let's read a scary story together. It was dusk. Still, I headed out onto the jetty with my gear. There was fishing to do. Time passed, and I began to worry that perhaps tonight I'd come up empty. That tonight we'd have to go without. When at last I saw a disturbance on the top of the water, barely more than a stone's toss from where I stood, I was encouraged. I started to cast my line towards it, but then decided to stand my ground instead. Sure enough, less than a minute later, the water roiled again. Much closer this time. Then, she emerged. "My God!" I exclaimed. "What the hell?" "Don't be alarmed." "Where'd you come from, Missy? Do you need help?" "No," she almost purred. "I'm perfectly fine." "But these waters are dangerous. You shouldn't be in there." "I belong here." "That's crazy talk. Why?" Almost as in response, she raised her torso higher out of the water, affording me a view. She was as lovely as any creature I'd ever seen. Her skin was radiant, its wetness catching the sun's rays so that it sparkled like it'd been sprinkled in diamond dust. Her hair was long, but it only partially covered her. But it was her eyes, her emerald eyes, that captivated me most. Once I'd really given them a good look, and I tried not to. I was afraid I wouldn't be able to look away. Only then did she reveal her lower half. She glided across the water surface, showing me her scaled-covered body. Scales that looked like small platelets of aquamarine, and they ran from just below her navel to the fish's tail where her feet should have been. Before I knew it, she'd swam up close and rested her arms on the rocks at my feet. I stumbled back out of her reach. I'd heard stories. You're a mermaid." "Yes." "Stay back. Mermaids are evil creatures, they are." "Look into my eyes. Do you see any evil in them?" Try as I might, I couldn't resist. And as our eyes met, I felt an old longing, the longing for the sea and all of its many pleasures. "Come to me," she said. "All I want is one kiss and I'll be on my way." I fought it with all my strength, realizing I was in mortal danger, but the urge was too powerful. I fell to my knees and crawled back towards the water's edge, toward where she waited for me, eyes half closed and lips half parted. Too close, much too close. I could feel her breath on my mouth. If she doesn't hurry... Just then, the net whizzed around her, and Shauna gave it a good yank. Clinched it tight. I scrambled to my feet and we dragged the mermaid up onto the jetty. Her writhing and screaming that awful scream all the while. Christ's sake, Shauna, I chastised. Don't you think that was a little close? You're fine, she mocked. Let's go home. I'm hungry. Alright, and our siren is done. Pretty happy with how she came out, to be honest. I think I did pretty okay with that creepy, scary ocean vibe. And this also means that I have completed a full week of this challenge, which I'm pretty proud of myself for, to be honest. Speaking of, I am going to do a little check-in on how I'm feeling about the challenge after completing my first week. So I will be so real with you guys. I'm starting to burn out. Chat, I'm losing it, please. Not actually. I'm still doing pretty okay motivation-wise. I am having a lot of fun with the challenge. However, in order to avoid burnout, I think I am going to slow down a little bit on making a video every day. I'm still going to do a drawing a day and probably post the speed paint or just a simple little video on my TikTok. But making a full-length YouTube video every day is a little, hard. Especially as we get later into October, I start to get really busy just with general Halloween activities, but I do still intend to do a larger video at the end of the month, sort of talking about my thoughts on all of the individual drawings. So I'm still gonna do that, and you'll still be able to see all the designs together at the end. But if you'd still like to follow along with the Monster Girl journey, you can still watch the designs come to life on my TikTok. And I may even still do scary story narrations on there if that's what you're here for. But yeah, that about wraps up my thoughts for today. Thanks so much for watching. Stay safe, guys.